We throw around the term physical fitness all the time, but what does it really mean? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break it all down.
So let's just jump right in with a classic debate, shall we? Who's fitter, a massive bodybuilder or a lean marathon runner? Now the answer, it's not as simple as you might think. And honestly, it gets right to the very heart of what fitness actually is.
Okay, so what's the textbook definition? At its core, physical fitness is just the ability to get through your day, your job, your hobbies, all your chores, without feeling completely wiped out by the end of it. It's all about having the energy to do what you need to do.
But, it's so much more than just not feeling tired. Real fitness is actually a combination of a bunch of different abilities. And getting a handle on these is the key to improving your own health, whether you're a pro athlete or just trying to keep up with life.
Probably the easiest way to wrap your head around this is to think of fitness as having two different sides. One is all about your general health, and the other is about your peak performance. Let's break that down a bit. Over on the left, you've got health-related fitness. This is your foundation, right? It's the stuff that keeps you healthy day in and day out. Then on the right, you have performance-related fitness. This is more specialized. These are the skills that really give an athlete that competitive edge in their sport. All right, first things first, let's talk about that foundation. We're going to look at the parts of fitness that literally everyone needs just to live a healthy life. So this health-related fitness is built on 5 main pillars. You've got body composition, basically the ratio of fat to muscle in your body. Then there's cardiorespiratory fitness, which is all about how well your heart and lungs deliver oxygen. Next up, muscular strength, the max force you can dish out, and muscular endurance, which is how long your muscles can keep going. And finally, flexibility, your body's full range of motion. Now let's zoom in on one of the most important ones, cardiorespiratory fitness. Think of this as your body's engine. It's all about how efficiently your heart and lungs can pump that oxygen-rich blood to the muscles that are actually doing all the work. So yeah, obviously this is huge for marathon runners. But here's something you might not think about. A strong cardio system also helps athletes recover way faster between intense moments. Think about a basketball player catching their breath between plays. That quick recovery, it can be a total game changer. Okay, next up is muscular fitness. This is kind of an umbrella term that covers 2 big things. How much force your muscles can produce, that's strength, and how long they can sustain that effort, that's endurance. And hey, this isn't just for bodybuilders. Having a decent amount of strength is essential for everyday stuff, like having good posture or avoiding back pain. But, of course, on the other end of the spectrum, you need high levels of strength for power sports like football or for any job that involves heavy lifting. So, we've got the foundation solid. Now let's build on top of it with performance-related fitness. These are those special skills that really give athletes their edge. And as you can see, this side of fitness is made up of 6 key skills. We've got speed, pretty self-explanatory. Agility, how fast you can change direction. Balance, staying stable. Power, which is a mix of speed and strength. Coordination, making all your body parts work together. And last but not least, reaction time. Let's just pick one of those and dig in a little. Agility. This isn't just about moving fast. It's about being able to change direction on a dime, to stop, start, and pivot with total control. And you can probably guess the sports where this is everything, right? I mean, think about a tennis player lunging for a shot, or a rugby player dodging a tackle. In sports like these, agility isn't just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential to even play the game. And here's another one that's super critical, reaction time. We're talking about that tiny, tiny fraction of a second between a signal, like a starting gun, and the moment your body actually starts to move. And you might be surprised by what affects it. I mean, sure, the obvious stuff like your age and how tired you are plays a part. But did you know things like how motivated you feel, whether you had coffee this morning, or even which arm or leg you're using can all change your reaction time? So we've talked about all these different pieces of the fitness puzzle, but how do we actually figure out how fit someone is? Well, that brings us to our last section, how we actually measure all this stuff. Generally, there are 2 main ways to test fitness. You've got your field tests, think of a timed run at the park. They're cheap, easy, and great for big groups. But then, for serious precision, you have lab tests. These are super accurate, but, well, they require expensive equipment and trained experts. To give you a real-world example, let's look at a classic field test, the Harvard STEP test. It's actually genius in its simplicity. You just step up and down on a box for 5 minutes. Then you see how quickly your heart rate comes back down to normal. That recovery speed? It's a fantastic indicator of your cardiorespiratory fitness.
So why even bother with all this testing? Well, because it gives you a roadmap. It tells you exactly where you're starting from, helps you build a smart, personalized plan, lets you actually see your progress. And honestly, seeing those numbers improve is some of the best motivation you can get. So, to wrap it all up, just remember this. Your overall fitness isn't just one number. It's this constant dance between these two sides, your fundamental health and those specific performance skills.
And at the end of the day, this stuff matters for everyone, not just pro athletes. Better muscular endurance makes carrying in the groceries in one trip a whole lot easier. Better cardio means you can chase your kids around the park without getting winded. It really is all connected.
So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Now that you've seen the whole picture of fitness, from flexibility to reaction time, health to performance, which piece of your own fitness puzzle have you maybe been neglecting a little?